What's going on, guys? It's your boy John the Liquidator coming back with breaking news hot off the press. So it looked like Dillion Gabriel just did his first interview speaking about this competition. Guys, for this one here, we got to go all the way up to Cleveland. Let's get it. Let's go. Shake the haters off. And yes, you guys heard me correctly. Dillion Gabriel has broken his silence, clearing the air on all of this SHEDEUR drama, the quarterback situation drama. Now, this was very interesting because just like I told y'all earlier today, I got word that Dillion Gabriel is moving down in depth chart. Now, all of a sudden, he dropped an interview with the Cleveland Browns, pretty much similar to what SHEDEUR did the other day. Only thing difference, I don't know why he didn't go and do it in person. It's an audio, but I don't care. We get to hear from him. We get to hear what he got to say. Now, I have not heard this thing in its entirety, so I'm going to react to this thing right here with y'all live on the channel, dog. So smash that like button, and I'm done talking. We need to get right to the action and see how Dillion Gabriel feeling about all of this right here, bro. So this is the Cleveland Browns YouTube channel, bro. This is where you can find this at. Now, I don't know how long this is, but we finna check it out. Roll the audio.
Naturally that just builds over time. So spent a lot of time with them. Of course, super excited I'm here and blessed that I am. And felt like, this is a spot for sure.
Dillion, that video with the bird calls, is that authentic?
Yeah, it's like that metaphor, a little birdie told me. So kind of played with that, but funny enough that got out. And yeah, it's there for everyone to see.
Dillion, can you just address this whole notion of you're coming in here as the 3rd round pick, SHEDEUR's coming in as the 5th round pick, yet he brings a lot of the social media and the entourage and the hype and all the hoopla and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So what is your sort of mindset or approach to that whole notion of that?
Yeah, I mean,
now real quick, this reporter know what she doing. See, she getting right to the action. She ain't wasting no time. Now, it's kind of messed up. She called the SHEDEUR stuff hoopla. But at the end of the day, this hoopla is getting y'all clicks. This hoopla you talking about is getting y'all views. That's why you went to the question, young lady. I'm listening to you. I'm peeping what you're trying to do. But we finna get back to this action because I'm interested to see what the hell he finna say.
And for me, life of simplicity is a life full of, focus. Okay. Life of, complexity comes with life of distractions. But for me, I'm focused. I'm simple. I know what I want to accomplish.
With that, though, what was your reaction when you found out they did draft SHEDEUR after they drafted you?
Yeah, I love it. I love it because of who it is. I think just for us both, you can learn from one another. But also, it's not just us two in the room. At least for right now, it is. But, going into the year, Kenny, Joe, and even Deshaun, just a bunch of guys who played a bunch of ball that we can all learn from one another.
I know it's familiar, but has there been anyone in?
So basically, based off this little segment right here, he's stating that he's loving that they drafted SHEDEUR. Now, this was our first time hearing from Dillion Gabriel. Dillion Gabriel been like not really, in the media. He ain't really got a big social media presence like SHEDEUR. But for him to say that, this is interesting. This is interesting. Now, something I do want to let you guys know is that him and SHEDEUR is actually cool. They ain't beefing or nothing like that. They was cool before the draft, bro. It's from what I'm hearing is that him and SHEDEUR got a great relationship. They had a great relationship as well before this whole draft thing even came about. So there is no bad blood between the two. I do want to say that.
In this building that maybe you gravitate towards, having already attached yourself to here?
Yeah, Ron and Corey in the equipment room. They've been a huge help. Definitely guys you interact with every single day. But not only them, I think just a bunch of the guys going through this process, grinding and learning from one another. But it's been a good one, and I think you see the urgency from everyone and knowing that this opportunity you want to maximize.
Dillion, what about the notion of coming in here and being part of a 4-man quarterback competition this offseason?
Yep.
Hey, bro. Get the hell out of here, bro.
It's not new to me. I've done it at, every stop, and I've done it, at every level. So
he's saying that this quarterback battle thing is not new to him. He done it at every level. Well, he is 24 years old. He's been playing football longer than everybody, bro. I think this is a great mind. Look, I am not going to be a hater of Dillon Gabriel, bro. Like, I know it might seem that way, but I can't be a hater. He got a good mindset. He's coming in this thing humble. I give him that. Let's get back to the audio.
So thank goodness for that and great preparation in that, but also know that, my competition is yesterday. How can I be better than I was yesterday? So that's what I'm focused on, and continue to create an environment that you want to be a part of. And that's all you can do.
Dillion, how familiar were you and SHEDEUR with one another, like in college or anything?
I think from a distance, you definitely watch quarterbacks playing at a high level. I think with anyone, you're pretty focused on your season and who you play against. But, of course, know of and have seen.
And then just with the Browns, you talked about the interest being mutual, you thought, throughout the pre-draft process. What about them? Did you enjoy getting to meet Kevin and everyone ahead of time?
Yeah, just like I said, the similar way of thinking about the game, and offensively, schematically, the whole nine. I just appreciate that. And, I think naturally when you, in any profession, if you connect with a person, it just happens, and naturally it's our thing about football, but also as people. Very easy people to, learn from and be coached by.
When you talk about keeping it simple and sort of not getting distracted,
yeah.
How about just like you guys, every single thing that you do is going to be scrutinized, put out there on social media, put on Twitter. Even yesterday, people were like, "Oh, Dillion did better, SHEDEUR did better." So, what about that? Do you plan to kind of ignore that, engage in it? What's your approach to that?
Yeah,
this reporter lady is the truth, bro. I gotta figure out who she is, because I know it's a lady called Mary Kay that's up there, and she get right to the she get into that action, bro. Shout out to her, because she ain't playing no games. She ain't playing no games, bro.
I think the more questions I get asked like that, it just divides the team. And for me, I think, we're in a room full of not just us, but Kenny, Joe, and Deshaun. And for us, we know how important a healthy QB room is, but also, a team that you want to be a part of, and how do you create an environment every single day where everyone can be at their best? And that's just pushing one another, which talent naturally does. And, naturally it's healthy, for us where we all go do our thing and everyone wins.
Dillion, in the mechanics of your position, how important is it to spiral the ball?
Yeah, I think, naturally with pace, touch, and accuracy, spin naturally helps that. Also velocity has, a little bit to do with it. But then just getting the ball from point A to point B in as efficient way as possible, spiral naturally helps that.
Dillion, what goes into your process? You've transitioned into different offenses multiple times in college. What goes into your process of kind of expediting the process of picking up the new system you're going in?
Yeah, there's no way around it. Just through, and you got to continue to learn. Of course, I've had my time in learning a bunch of new offenses and a bunch of different areas and connecting with different people. But for the most part, it's hard work, it's dedication. Everyone has their process, whether it's walkthrough.
That is some of Dillon Gabriel audio from this interview that he did, bro. I find it to be quite humbling. He's very different than what I thought he was going to be. At the end of the day, I'm still rooting for SHEDEUR. It is a competition, but I'm wishing him the best, man. I'm not gonna go into this thing being biased. I know a lot of people talking about I'm biased. At the end of the day, I rock out with SHEDEUR. That's who I'm rooting for. But Dillon Gabriel seemed like a fine young man. Seemed like he got a nice, good shoulder, good head on his shoulder. But at the end of the day, bro, you got to get it together on that field. Get down in the comment section. Let me know y'all thoughts about this. Keep them bells on, because you know what? I'm gonna bring you the news, and like always, man, shake the haters off. I'm out of here. Peace out.
You should have seen by now. Coming. Yeah, they talking about it. We coming. They doubting us. We coming. They saying. We coming. They think it's a game. We coming. best believe we coming.